Hello everyone and welcome to a new reading. Today we are going to continue with IVE and their individual readings. This one specifically for Liz. In this video we are going to focus on her current energy, her career, her love life, and any healing messages that come through. And I just wanted to mention, what do you guys think of their comeback? Have you guys enjoyed it? Do you like the songs and all of that? I am honestly obsessed with the other song they took out. My satisfaction is just something else. I really enjoyed it, but I would like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below about that. But if not, that's perfectly fine. We can just talk about Liz in this video. And with that said, let's just jump into her current energy to see how she's currently doing. Oh, that was kind of quick. Whoa, okay, so there's quite a lot of water in here. We have the 8 of Cups reversed, the 3 of Cups reversed, the Star upright, and the High Priestess upright. So there is a lot of water in Liz's energy. This kind of tells me that she's running very high with her emotions, or she's relying a lot on them, or that's what's shifting and changing a lot. Seems like she is going through something important or something big in her lifetime, because we have 2 major arcanas right here with the Star and the High Priestess. Also, it kind of seems like currently she's going in a period where she's emotionally transforming somehow. With the 8 of Cups reversed and the 3 of Cups reversed, I do feel that she may be finding it kind of difficult to move on from different situations that she feels are not right for her. And that she's not enjoying. So the 8 of Cups upright usually talks about someone that is walking away from a situation that doesn't emotionally satisfy them, or something that they feel is not good for them anymore, and they're going down a different journey, right? But with it being reversed, I do feel that there is a guiding light for Liz. Like, there's something that's kind of guiding her towards a direction that she's a little bit more pleased with, but it's kind of difficult. So the process of walking away from a situation is something that is being quite the slog for her, and a lot of stagnation, a lot of resistance, and a lot of clashing energies. I do feel that she may be going through a period where she may have found something or a path that she wants to kind of go after and go in a certain direction, but currently she is still finding it very difficult to kind of drop what she has to move into that new path in that new direction. That's the way we have the 3 of Cups reversed. I do feel that there's something that she's truly not enjoying in her life, or something she can't celebrate, or something that she doesn't feel comfortable just enjoying and appreciating, and because of that she may feel like it is time to walk away from that situation, or walk away from people that are leaving her in a position where she doesn't feel comfortable, and she doesn't feel happy, she doesn't feel appreciated and celebrated. Because the 3 of Cups upright usually talks about, go out with friends and have fun, celebrate your accomplishments, celebrate the good things in life, and just enjoy life, right? That's usually what it means. So with it in reverse, I do feel that she's finding it very difficult. Well, I mean, that could be another meaning, right? That she finds it very difficult to celebrate her accomplishments and just be happy with life, when at the current moment she feels like there's something that's not satisfying her. She feels like she has to go down a different path, or she's going through a rough time, and because of that she can't celebrate. That's what I was trying to say. But the reason why she's going through all of this is for the Star. She made a wish. She wanted something to happen. She wanted a change. She wanted her dreams to come true, and because of that, wanted or not, it has created some sort of chaos in her life. In order to create change, or in order to transform, some things have to be shaken a little bit to create room for the new and get rid of the old. That type of energy, right? So with the Star, there's this sense of hopefulness. There's a sense of faith. There is a sense of believing, a sense of a wish coming true. In this sense, I do feel, well, here we have Aquarius energy, so her dream could be something along the lines of something, of wanting change, wanting something different, wanting to have a life that has a little bit more innovative, a life that is filled with happiness and lightheartedness. Maybe she wants a life that is filled with people that help each other out, a life where everyone kind of just understands each other better. Like, I do feel that she may have asked for something that is a little bit outside of just her and outside of a personal gain, let's say. I do feel that her dream might be something a little bit bigger than herself, and maybe even a little bit bigger than her environment. So I do feel that she may have asked for just everyone to get along, or for everyone to be happy, or for something along those lines. And I do feel that her dream is coming true. Maybe she wants, maybe she's one of those people that is like, through my art and through my music, I want to make other people happy, and that's her goal. However, I do feel that even though there's nothing wrong with that, it could be very difficult to, in a way, measure the success of such a dream, or to be able to measure if that dream came true or not. And because of that, she may feel discouraged if she doesn't have a way to measure if that's happening or not. Because she could feel discouraged in the sense of like, oh, well, I've been wishing for this and I've been dreaming for this, but I don't see it coming true, right? So if she has a form to measure, okay, maybe not measure happiness, but measure that her work is being appreciated, or measure a way, I don't know. It feels weird to say it, because I do feel that her dream comes from a place of pureness. It comes from a place of just happiness and wanting the best for people. Like, it doesn't come from a bad place of, it's not selfish at all. So it's weird to say, a way to measure it, but I do feel that she needs to be a little bit practical about her dream in order to be able to see that it's happening. If not, she could be very discouraged. The last card that we have here is the High Priestess. So this card represents the moon, which talks about emotions, spirituality, and creativity. So I do feel like currently she is becoming a lot more intuitive. She's becoming a little bit more aware of her subconscious. She may be doing some shadow work. That could be some of the healing that has to be done in order for her dream to come true, getting rid of the old to bring in the new type of energy. Now with the High Priestess, I also feel that she is embodying this new version of herself, where she is a lot more confident and a lot more aware of how she feels and how to go about that. She seems to also be a lot more very, very magnetic somehow. I do feel that she may be getting a lot of, because you know how the moon has its own gravitational pull, and because of that, it creates waves on Earth. So I do feel that in her case, it's something similar. Like, she has such a gravitational pull that it's bringing a lot of people into her circles, a lot of people into her spotlight. I do feel that she's just attracting a lot of people towards her because she's shining very brightly. I do feel that all the shadow work that she has done, walking different paths and being aware of how she feels and being connected to her subconscious and her emotions, have allowed her to be a little bit more free, a little bit more open, and that has made her a lot more attractive, and she may be just grabbing more people with just her presence and her essence. She doesn't really need to do much to start gathering attention. I don't know how comfortable she may feel with all of that attention, but I do feel that it will make her happy to know that it could be very healing for other people. I do feel that she has gotten a lot of knowledge as well to on how to deal with her emotions and how to deal with other people, but not sacrifice necessarily herself. So that seems like that's what she's currently going through. So now let's jump into her career and see what's going on there. What's going on with Liz's career? All the cards kind of continue going back. Oh, perfect. I wanted to. So we have protection and rest. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So the first two cards that popped out for her career is protection and rest. So there is a sense of like right now, life is encouraging her to kind of do nothing in her career. Now let me explain what I mean by nothing. So what I mean by this is that instead of, if there's a project that she wants to start, or there's something new that she wants to embark in her career, life is strongly encouraging her right now to not start something new. And to not necessarily push herself beyond what she has to do. Right now, life kind of wants her to do, take care of her responsibilities, but to not do anything beyond that right now. That's what I mean by doing nothing. I mean, I have I'm a workaholic, so to me, doing what I have to do means doing nothing. Anyway, but with this protection and this rest, it kind of feels like in her career, I don't know if this is I don't know if this is advice or a suggestion, or this is just what's happening right now, but it feels like she needs to rest a lot and take care of herself, take care of her heart chakra, because the work that she's doing, like the shadow work and the sense of healing and taking care of herself, is something that will require a lot of her time and her attention, and want it or not, will not give her the right headspace to work, especially if she wants to do something new. And her best form of protection right now is to continue taking care of herself. And what I mean by protection is that maybe life is taking care of her dream, to make her wish come true. And in order to do that, they need to kind of like work behind the scenes or orchestrate like this whole other plan that right now she doesn't have a role in yet. Like she doesn't have, I don't know why I was gonna say like her code is not on. This is not a game. What I mean by that is that right now she is in the place that she has to be, and she's doing what she has to do. So life just wants her to rest, so she prepares for when it's time to take action, whenever that is and however that turns out to be. But yeah, that protection card kind of tells me that right now, even if she does nothing, quote unquote, and she just rests, life will make sure to take care of her and protect her, so nothing happens to her and nothing is jeopardizing her career, right? So she will not be punished for taking a rest, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily mean that she's going to stop working or she's going to stop promoting. All I'm saying is that she's not going to do more than what she's already doing, because it feels like she needs all the time that she can have. She needs it to continue working on herself, her confidence, herself as a person, and all of that. Now the other card that we have right here is Rock with the word endurance. So I do feel that in this case, the reason that she needs to rest is so like that she can build a stronger foundation for herself to become this immovable rock kind of thing, right? So she's so sure of who she is and what she wants that no one is going to shake off whatever it is, that whatever path she ends up deciding on taking, or how she wants to go about that. So I do feel that there's this sense of, I think what I'm talking about is going to reflect more, or is going to come up in her love life actually. Now I'm not saying that romance is going to pop up in her love life. I'm just saying that self-love is probably going to be very big. It tends to happen to the younger groups, not only because they're younger in their career, but also they tend to be younger in age. So many of them are working on themselves to, naturally grow and learn about themselves. They're basically building their own personality and their own persona, right? So with this Rock card, it definitely feels like she's grounding herself, she's finding her center, and she's stabilizing herself within her career. She seems to be focusing a little bit more on creating a strong foundation in this area of her life in order to continue growing as a person and continue to become this tree that other people can rely on, and be able to give this rich shade for people to rest and just kind of re-energize themselves. So I do feel that she does have this energy of just wanting to help other people by making sure that she continues shining as bright as possible. So I do feel that if that's the type of energy that she wants, or that's her goal, it is very essential, it is very important for her to work on herself, so she in a way can be the example or set expectations in such a way that when people look at her and see her, she's some sort of like role model of self-love, self-empowerment, and self-care type of thing. So I do feel that that's kind of what she's aiming for, and she is doing that. But before she can be that example, she kind of has to work on herself and understand that. So let's see, what other information can you give me about Liz's career? We have the Three of Pentacles and this other card. Oh, the Three of Swords. That's a lot of threes. We have the Three of Cups reversed over there, and then we have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So in her career, it seems like so I usually see the Three of Pentacles as people that already know how, like, they're experts at what they do. Like, there are different pieces to a puzzle, right? And these are people that are getting together to create a better future, working on a project, and everyone's focusing on their area of expertise. Now, the Three of Swords talks about a heartbreak of sorts. So with these two cards together, I do feel that it will be very challenging for Liz at the moment to work with other people. Not because she's going through a difficult moment, so she may feel misunderstood, or she may feel like people just are taking her for granted somehow. However, I do feel that this is just isn't it's not forever. It's temporary. It's just happening at the moment because of what she's going through. All her shadow work is kind of complicated and difficult. She may want to be alone for some time to bring herself back together and understand her thoughts better. She may feel like she's very emotional and very reactive to what other people say, but that's because she's just in an environment that will kind of doesn't really give her the time or space to just be isolated and heal alone. So I do feel that, wanted or not, it kind of does get in the way of her of her stability, because usually when there's some shadow work that has to be done, it'll throw you off a loop sometimes. And I do feel that she doesn't necessarily have the luxury of space and time to just kind of stay still and like feel. She seems to always need to be on the go, go, go. And because of that, I do feel that there's this heartbreak or this pain of almost like a clashing of like, there has to be work done. She has to do work and get things done, but at the same time, she's not in the mood or in the energy to do it. So that could be a bit painful for her. She may be, she wants to give happiness to other people, but not at the expense of herself. But when she's working on her shadow work and doing all of that, it kind of does make it kind of difficult to deal with other people, because you feel like they just want to take and take from you. And unfortunately, that's kind of her job. so those things that I don't see this as a very bad thing. I just see this as an inconvenience for her at the moment. This Three of Swords doesn't feel super heavy or super bad, more like a mild annoyance of sorts. Just because of the situation she's currently in, that's it. But I want to mention this Three of Pentacles because it feels very hopeful, funnily enough. It kind of feels like in her career, she will eventually reach a point that when she is very confident, very stable, and centered within herself, it will be very easy for her to start finding people that are in the same wavelength and vibration as her, and will bring her a lot of skills, and will present her with a lot of opportunities and projects that she can vibe with, and that she feels take her a step closer to achieving her goal, and also is with people that know exactly what they're doing because they're experts at what they do. I'm not saying necessarily that these people are recognized for their work or recognized for these skills, but they're very knowledgeable and they have practiced it a lot, so they do have something to offer. So I do feel that eventually she will find her little clique or her little group of people that she feels comfortable with. And she will also encounter other people that she can work with very well, even if she doesn't end up being too close to them. But I do also feel that with all that being said, she will feel kind of sad that those times where maybe she feels misunderstood, or she feels alone, or kind of like put to the side, not because people are actually doing that, but because they don't carry the same depth that she carries herself with. So I do feel that sometimes she feels very lonely, or she feels kind of like left out in the cold in such a way that could be very painful. But that's because, and not in the back of her mind, but her soul kind of already knows that she's going to meet this other group of people that just kind of matches very, very well with her. And if that's the case, she could be kind of missing that feeling, or journeying so much for that feeling, that at the moment she could feel a bit discouraged. Now let's jump onto the other section of her reading, which is her love life. So what's going on with Liz's love life? We have sweetness and strength. Okay. What's going on with Liz's love life? And then at the bottom we have magic with the word alchemy on it as well. So I wanted to say that this was funny in the sense of it's kind of interesting. So when the first word came out with, when sweetness came out, I thought, oh, maybe she has experienced, her romantic life has been very sweet, has been very nice. I don't necessarily know if she has dated anyone, but if she has had a crush on someone, it has always been like an innocent love, and it has been very healing and pure for her. I don't think she has had any like heartbreaks or anything so difficult that it has created an immense baggage in her life. I don't think it's been anything that bad. I do feel like it's just been relationships. I don't know if she's been like in a quote like an official relationship, but just her love life, whatever she has experienced, the feelings of love and stuff, if it's romantic, it has been very sweet, very healing, and very innocent. But when I saw the card strength next to it, I do feel that this can also work with self-love as well, because all of this sweetness card also makes me think of just I guess platonic love of sorts. So I guess her friends and her family and other people that just deeply care for her have brought her so much joy and so much happiness and so much care that's kind of like the energy that has brought her the strength that she carries with herself currently. So one of the first things that I thought of, now this is very strange because I've used these cards before, but I haven't used them to the extent that at least for my K-pop readings, I haven't really used them to the extent that I will have any other meanings for these cards. Like, oh, with this other person, when this card came up, this was happening, right? So I don't really have that with me. So in a way, I don't have any, I wouldn't call it baggage, but there's just no biases, I guess, in those cards. And I wanted to mention that with the sweetness card, I've never really gotten the feeling of like a grandparent. And this time I did. It made me think of how that very warm, understanding love that grandparents can give. And with that sweetness card, I do feel that maybe she has a grandma or or maybe a grandpa as well, that deeply cares for her in such a way that it has left such a strong impression on her on how she should go about her life. Maybe someone that has a lot of knowledge and has taught her with a very loving energy, and that person has brought her not necessarily physical strength, but a lot of emotional and mental strength. So I think because of that, that's the reason why she can do all of this shadow work and not be like destroyed. Like maybe she can look tired, she can look down sometimes, like she could look like she's a bit sick, but it has never reached the point where she feels like she needs to like give up her career because she can't do her self-healing and also work. Because I do feel that it's kind of weird that in the path that she's in right now, like when I do remember her particularly in the group reading that I did for IVE in this year. I took one card out for each person, and for whatever reason, when I took out a card for her, I think she got the raccoon. I felt that she was going through a very difficult time. Now I know why. She was doing some shadow work. And I thought that was very weird because I do feel that based on how young she is and based on the industry that she's in, there's not much time or space to do shadow work. I do feel that that's something that kind of comes later on in their career. So for example, some of the groups that I started off this channel with, I'm not surprised there was a lot of like shadow work and stuff because they were farther along their career, so that seems to be a bit more normal. And with the newer groups, it still hasn't reached those steps because everyone is still pretty young. That one just comes down to personalities, and I do feel in this case it comes down to personalities. But I do feel that she's able to do a lot of shadow work and stuff like that because she has a very strong familial, I guess also friendship support, and very loving people surround her. And because of that, it feels like such a safe network that it has created her. They have all given her the skills necessary to stay strong in very difficult periods, and because of that, I do feel that she is so grounded and so rooted that it has helped her be able to, in a way, I think she is a sun in Scorpio, so I think she's pretty familiar with the whole tower energy in tarot, which is like destroy what you currently have in order to create something new, better, and stronger. So I do feel that that's where this is coming from. With this strength card, it tells me that right now the work that she's doing on herself is giving her a lot of untangible strength, and it's giving her the ability to just manifest whatever she wants. So we have the magic card right here. So I do feel that when I mean manifest, I do feel a sense of like self-confidence, self-love, self-care, and being able to embark upon any journey and do whatever she wants. But I also feel that this could come into actual romantic love. So by doing all of the self-work and all of the self-care, she will eventually find someone that is in par with her wavelength as a person, but also with the expectations that she has in love are very healthy, and because of that she will be able to bring someone in her life that will be able to meet those expectations. And yeah, let's see any more info about her love life. Yeah, I'm actually not worried about her love life in the future. If she starts dating and stuff, I'm not worried. So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Eight of Wands. So it's weird because there's this energy of something coming very quickly and at the same time something going very slowly. Oh, I know. I do feel that if this comes to like actual romance, I do feel this is about actual romance. The Eight of Wands talks about an energy of someone that is putting all of their energy into one certain goal. They have aimed for their target and they go for it. And the Chariot is also a very decisive card. This is Cancer energy, by the way. But this is the energy of someone that has chosen a path and they're going full force towards that path. They're traveling, they're taking that journey, and they're going for it, right? So those two energies are very quick and very fast. However, with this Page of Pentacles, it feels very young or very, I wouldn't say immature because it's Pentacles energy. It feels like there's this slow moving, there's a promise of something long lasting. There is a promise of a lifetime type of partner. This Page of Pentacles tells me that it's someone that is slowly maturing, slowly growing into being a King of Pentacles. That's usually the goal with the court cards. Also with this Page of Pentacles, it is the energy of someone that is curious, someone that is willing to learn, someone that is willing to grow, someone that is willing to in this case I do feel that it's someone that could be working on their career as much as it could be someone that is working on their stability, their financial stuff, and anything along those lines. But this, every time we talk about love and Pentacles comes through, especially when it's like a beginning card like the Page of Pentacles or the Ace of Pentacles, we are talking about someone that is coming in and it's promising a long-lasting relationship. So I do feel that even though this person could come very quickly for her, I do feel that it is someone that is not playing around. This feels like it's just someone that's very straightforward, very bald as well, and someone that maybe a little bit impatient in the sense of how they go about their goals. Like they have a bunch of energy, so they just do things. They don't really rest or stuff because they get bored easily. So it's always like, I have to do something. So I do feel that that's the kind of energy that's coming through, but still very stable somehow. I do feel this is someone that could be very caring as well with that Chariot card. Very caring, very loving, very kind. So I do feel that if that's the essence that this person has, they already are in the same wavelength as the sweetness card that I talked about earlier. But one thing that I wanted to mention is that with this magic card, this person is going to come into Liz's life when she is ready for love, when she's ready to start relationships, when she's ready for all of that. And I do feel that this person is going to be the first one in line, is going to be like, here, I'm the one that wants to be with you. But also when the relationship actually starts, like the courtship part of it, I do feel that this person will take their time to start their love story of sorts. I think it's very sweet, actually. Okay, let's go on to the last part of Lisa's reading, and let's see how any healing messages for her. How is she doing? The first card that came out was Pig Spirit reversed with use your mind wisely. So the first thing that kind of came up to my mind when I read that was like the whole thing about SMART goals. Remember earlier how I think it was with the star card I mentioned that there's a goal that she has in mind, but it's kind of hard to measure if her dream is coming true or not, because it's a very big dream, but it's also kind of how not necessarily vague as much as is like it really depends on her definition of happiness. It really depends on her definition of helping others, and those things are kind of difficult to measure. So I do feel that with Use Your Mind Wisely, there is a sense of like to keep in mind what baggage she wants to hold on to and what work she wants to do. I do feel that this kind of also goes with her shadow work. Like life wants to help her out and be there for her, be the support that she needs in difficult times as well. But there is a sense of like with all the shadow work that she's doing, it will be very wise to focus like one thing at a time, especially because she's already busy with her career. So it's kind of like, and as I have mentioned like countless times, the career that she's currently in is not necessarily very welcoming to having a super healthy mental state, I guess. Like they're always stressed, always busy, a bunch of responsibilities, being surrounded by surface level expectations and all of that. That's why it's one of those things that I do think that it could be very difficult for her at the moment. She's doing a lot of like internal spring cleaning of sorts. Well, we're almost in fall, so a lot of like just healing of her soul and her inner self and all of that. So I do think it could sometimes clash with the expectations and the work that she has to do on her current career. And I do feel that with this card, she's just being told and encouraged to take one step at a time, to not do all of her healing all at once, and to do like one little trigger at a time. So one thing that she feels like, oh, this needs to change, to go through that until she sees it through to the end, and when she's better, okay, now the next thing, and so on, instead of like trying to uncover all the things that bother her all at once. So I do feel that's why rest is very important, so like that she's taking her healing slowly, as well as taking her career one step at a time. So life definitely feels like they want her to go kind of slow and steady with her journey as a whole. Now the other card that we have right here is the Wombat Spirit reversed with Be at Home. I mentioned earlier, specifically with the tarot cards in her career, that she feels kind of like an outcast because she doesn't feel understood. She doesn't feel like she's in the same wavelength as other people. Now, I want to emphasize that I'm not saying that people are treating her badly, nor am I saying that they don't try to understand her. I'm just saying that she has a certain goal in mind, and she has such a depth to her that even if she's with people that are very nice to her and very kind, if she hasn't had like a very in-depth conversation with them, it doesn't feel like there's a connection, right? This is like a soul thing, let me put it that way. Like on the physical sense, she could have people that she talks to very well and everyone gets along, but her soul kind of desires people that kind of like her soul desires her soul family already. She wants people that understand her in a different level, that it's just it just cannot be explained, and she wants to be with people that have the same goal as her. Even if it's a different approach, it's like everyone kind of just understands that goal. Everyone just kind of understands that that's what they came here for. So in a way, like life purpose, right? So I do feel that she is very, very mature for her age. I don't know, there's something about her, like I do feel that even though she has experienced a lot of good things in her life, she has done a lot of self-cleaning that has created a lot of difficulties and challenges in her life that have put her in a place where she's pretty she's standing very tall and she's very strong and all of that. So with Be at Home reverse, I do feel that life is telling her that maybe she hasn't found physically the people that she wants to work with and the people that will make her feel at home and comfortable and all of that, but that she doesn't have to stress about it because Spirit is always there for her, guiding her to be at home in the spirit world as well. So it's kind of like this sense of she will eventually find a place where she feels like she belongs to, and find a place where she feels happy and comfortable and supported by and understood. I feel that the big thing is understood. I don't think this necessarily translates to misunderstandings and problems with other people. I think it's just kind of like this sense of just feeling like she can be open enough to talk about things that she feels she will be judged by others, or feels like it would just go over their heads because they just don't get it. So not I don't feel it's super bad. I just feel it's kind of like a little, how should I put it, not, it's like a little rock in the shoe, right? It's bothersome, it's annoying, it kind of gets to her sometimes, but it doesn't reach to the point that it destroys her. Let me put it that way. Like, yeah, that's the best way I can put it right now. The other card that we have right here is a Panther Spirit with Reclaim Your Power. So I do feel that life is very proud of her and is super, super happy that she is continuing to work on herself and doing all this shadow work, and has such a pure heart of wanting to help other people and be there for them and be the inspiration for others. In a way, I do feel that she unconsciously could channel a lot. And by that I mean that she wants to help other people, and that desire itself is strong enough to allow spirit to channel through her to kind of say those truths to other people, or maybe say the right words that other people have to hear to cheer themselves up. So I do feel that she could be some sort of vessel or channel for spirit. And I don't know how aware she is of that, but she did have the High Priestess, so maybe she is pretty intuitive. I don't know how aware of that she is though. But with the Reclaim Your Power, I do feel that life is very happy with all the shadow work that she's been doing, as we see this panther kind of like in the shadows. But eventually there will come a time where she will be ready to take action, or like the time and like destiny is in the right place and the right time for her to start taking action and be a little bit more not necessarily aggressive in a bad way, but like taking the initiative to go towards her goal and achieve it. I do feel that the SMART goals that I mentioned earlier with the Pig Spirit and the Star car will be very important, because that will make it easier and a lot more tangible for her to do something physical or physically reach to that goal, because now there's like something she can strive for and not necessarily an idea or a feeling, and it's more of something that can be done. So I do feel with this Panther Spirit is that the more that she works on herself, the easier it will be for her to have the right answers on how she can help other people. So in a way, it's one of those things like that the challenges that she encounters in her life will be life experiences that will be very beneficial to speak to other people, or will give her the knowledge necessary to then transform it into tools to help other people. So one example I can give is if she's having troubles with her career because she feels like she hasn't found the right connections, maybe in the future she will take that those difficulties, especially if there were like limiting beliefs, or maybe it was a mental blockage of feeling like an imposter or feeling like she's not skilled enough or something. She will take that knowledge and process it in such a way that will transform into a tool for somebody else. What I mean by that, it could be as simple as advice, or maybe she just creates a whole other program that helps people. So let's say that she wants to find her soul family, and the best way that she found them was through networking. So maybe in the future, to help other people, she will transform her problem into then figuring out a solution, and then transform it into a tool for the future generation. And she could just create like maybe a company that has an annual fair that invites people from all over the world to present each other and get to know each other, and that's how some people network and continue being successful in their careers. That's one example I can give, right? So I do feel that with Reclaim Your Power is just saying if she continues working on herself, she will slowly gain the knowledge necessary to create tools for the future generations to help themselves. And that's a way her dream can come true. So yeah, I will leave that there. I hope you guys liked this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm actually very surprised at how calming it was to read for her, especially because, as I mentioned earlier, in the individual part of IVE's group reading for 2022, I was very worried for her. She got the raccoon, and I definitely felt like she was going to have quite a tough year this year. I thought it was going to be very difficult, very challenging, and when I saw how she was performing, especially for Love Dive, that comeback, she definitely felt kind of down. I don't know, she looked kind of off. I don't know what it was. I was kind of worried for her. But then I'm seeing her in this comeback. She seems a lot happier, a little bit more confident, a little bit more energetic. And now that I'm reading her actual individual reading, I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty content, because she seems like those difficult times that I saw were because she was gonna do some shadow work, which is pretty normal, to feel kind of down, or for the energy to be a little bit more negative when shadow work is getting done, because a lot of triggers are being acknowledged and put out into the surface. So now that makes sense. But I'm very glad that she has a very supportive, loving environment that is slowly helping her build this person of herself that is strong and willing to help other people. So this feels very good. I am actually very happy to have read for her, and I am very happy with the messages that came through. It was not as happy as I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, it's going to be so happy, it's going to be so difficult, filled with challenges. But no, it was pretty smooth, nice, and very lighthearted as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is, however that is. We are almost done with IVE. We need one more member, which will be coming soon. I hope you guys really like their comeback and that you enjoy their songs. Please continue supporting them and send them a lot of love. And with all of that said, I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Love and healing from my part to you. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.